Sairam, once again, welcome to this week of learnings for Sai Bhajans. Uh, Today we'll be taking percussion, and every Saturdays we'll be having sessions on percussion. So we'll start with Manjira. We already started with Kanjira and Manjira. So we'll continue towards Dholak and Tabla, predominantly only for Sai Bhajans only. So we'll be teaching. I'll be sharing information about how to use instruments for Sai Bhajans only. Okay. So we'll recap as to what we did the last week. So we talked about what is the rhythm pattern. So as I told you, it's just a phrase getting repeated over a period of time becomes a rhythm. So rhythm pattern can be associated to not only to music, it can be used in life. So our sun, our moon comes on a regulated pattern. So we have our sleeps, we have a lot of biological things which happens. It comes in a pattern. So there's a lot of rhythmic cycle which is happening across the universe through which it is balanced. So rhythm plays a very important role in balancing, and Swami gives an amazing example of Bharata. So what is Bharata and how important Tala plays in a bhajan? So Bharata means Bhava Raga Tala. So what is Raga? I've shared that information, but yeah, Tala means it's like your heartbeat. It gives a soul to a bhajan. It gives you life to it gives life to a bhajan. So without bhava, raga, and tala together, sai bhajan cannot be enjoyed. So next is the rhythmic instruments that's used. So predominantly the minimal requirement of an instrument would be a hand claps. The hand claps are a must. So any devotees who are participating in bhajans have to clap for bhajans. So of course, clapping you should know how to play in a rhythm. So that is very important. So uh, then it is the other instruments that are used is Manjira, Kanjira, Dholak, and Tabla. These are the four major instruments which are used. And the types of beat pattern that I just shared was you can always remember 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5 basically you can call it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a cycle of 5 beats. There's one pattern, another one is 6 beat, so the next one is 7. So you can go in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I will go in depth about all these. What are these beats? Which are the bhajans which are in these beats? So we'll talk about it. So we're going to we're starting off with 8 beat for now. So we will explore more about 8 beat because that's a very common or the I would say most commonly used beat and which can be related to any of your nursery rhymes, your a lot of songs, a lot of Sai Bhajans which is based on 8-beat cycle or a 4-beat cycle. So you can see 8 and 4. It's a pattern of 4 beats. You can call it an 8-beat, you can call it a 16-beat, you can call it 32-beat. So it goes in multiples of 4s. Okay, so I will interlate it, call as 4 and 8 beats, but it is basically 8-beat. 8-beat, always remember. It will be a division of 2 4 beats. So you have 4 together becomes 8-beat. Then it is we talked about open and close sound in Manjira. So this is a Manjira. So what is a close sound? So when you play it and close it, so you don't let it vibrate. You have this sound. So that's a close sound, and there's an open sound. So where you ring it, so you have an open. So the way you have to hold is basically you should hold the tip of the Kanjira. You should not hold it like this. So these are wrong techniques to hold a Manjira. So if you're trying to hold at the end, you should always try to hold towards the end. So your very minimal part of your body should be touching like this. Your fingers, very minimal part of your fingers should be touching the Manjira. So the more, let's say you play like this. So it means you're using more of your skins. So it's dampening the vibration. So always you try to play Manjira in such a way that very least amount of part of your fingers are used, so that it vibrates. So you have a longer vibration. So this is close. This is open sound. This is close sound, and then it is Kanjira. So you have 2 sounds, which is predominantly present. I'm showing Kanjira. This is a Kanjira. I'm taking a bigger size Kanjira. So you okay? Some of you had asked me offline what kind of Kanjira is required. So usually there are. If you go to a shop to buy a Kanjira, predominantly you'll get 3 sizes of Kanjira. One is an 8-inch, one is a 10-inch, and one is a 12-inch. This is a 12-inch Kanjira. This is the biggest Kanjira that you can look for Sai Bhajans. The commonly used is 10-inch. 10-inch is what you should be using. So look for if you go to a shop, buy a 10-inch Kanjira. 8-inch will be slightly smaller. So if it's a Balvika's kid or somebody whose hands are smaller can use an 8-inch, but 10-inch is recommended. So 10-inch covers up. There's a 12-inch. 12-inch also is fine, but yeah, it requires a lot of area to cover when you play a Kanjira. So 12-inch, this is a 12-inch Kanjira. So I'm using this for demonstration because it's a bigger Kanjira to show you my playing. Okay. Then we talked about down and up sound. So you in Kanjira you have only two sounds. Always remember there are only two sounds which is commonly used. One is a down sound. So you either vibrate it or you dampen it. So you're dampening with this hand. So here you're letting it vibrate. So you can see that vibration. So I'm dampen sound and vibration sound, and then so you have on top so you have up sound and down sound. Remember there are only two sounds. So we'll continue with variations of patterns using up and down sounds. So this is up. So up is always dampened. So you're not letting it vibrate. You're dampening it. You're in the sense that you're hitting it and you're keeping the hand in that position till the next beat comes. So you can see in the bottom, the down sounds are always let to vibrate. Your hand is lifted off. Okay. So the next is basic etiquettes of Sai Bhajans. So we talked about how to play a rhythm. So it should not dominate a singer. It should be within the melodious bhajan. If it's a melodious bhajan, you cannot, just because you know to play Kanjira, you cannot dominate, in the sense that you cannot play something which is disturbing the singer. So you should always have a conscious efforts to ensure that the singer is always comfortable, and within the comfort of the singer, you can improvise and try to play something which is musical. Okay, but always the bhava is always should always be maintained. Just because you know to play Kanjira, it should not be that it should be a a training session for you. Bhajan is a, try to practice at home, try to vary it, do whatever you want it, practice at home when you're in the public or community bhajans. Ensure that you play in such a way that the devotees bhakti and bhava is not disturbed. So basic etiquettes of Sai Bhajans is what we have covered. So we talked about Manjira and Kanjira patterns. So you can see that CRR. So I think many of you have also came back to me and told me that it is not very clear. So I will explain you more in this session. So C means closed. In Manjira, C means closed. So you are not letting it vibrate. This is closed, and this is ring. So I'm calling as R is ringing, open sound or ringing sound. So because already I have a 0 there, I didn't want to put O there. So it looks like O and 0 looks similar. So I put an R symbol there. So you can call it as a closed sound and a ringing sound. Okay. So how do you play a Kanjira? So on a beat of 1.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're playing on first, you're playing a closed, and then second you're not playing anything. Then third you're ringing, and fourth you're ringing. Again fifth you're closing. Sixth you're not again playing. Seventh you're again ringing, and eighth. And you can see the pattern. I have given you the pattern the slide. So it's like this. When you play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So please try doing it very slowly. I'm explaining you very fast for the time constraints that I've got. But I think you should all sit down and so slowly do it. You will all get this. Okay. Once you have this, you can move to Kanjira. So we'll not go in depth about Manjira beats for now, because Kanjira is an important instrument. Manjira is, of course, but this beat is enough for an 8-beat bhajan. This beat is more than enough. When we cover more and more beats, we will cover more and more Manjira. Like when we cover 7, 5, 6 beats, we'll cover more and more patterns of Manjira as well. Today we'll talk about the other one is Kanjira. How do you play Kanjira? So you have a down sound and an up sound. So in a scale of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so you have down 1, then 0, 2 you're not playing anything, 3, 4 you're playing. So 3, 4 I'm playing this. So I'll tell you how, the next slide will give you in depth. So I'm playing two strokes on top. So whenever you have multiple strokes consecutively, you have to do this. You cannot play this. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not wrong, but it is difficult. So when you start practicing this way and you get used to this, when some singer is singing very fast, you cannot play very fast. So it's always better to use alternating. So 1, 2. So it starts with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down, up, up, up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm playing down for first beat. Then second beat I'm not playing anything. Third beat I'm playing like this. So 1, 2, 3. Again 1, 2, 3. Then 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 I play again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, again 1, 2, 3, 4 only I'll play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Split it, okay? Split 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. First only 1, 2, 3, 4. Again I'll show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5, 6, 7, 8. You're playing 5, 6, 7, 8. So only I'm playing for 5 and 7. 6 and 8 I'm not playing anything. So it's a gap. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 5, 6, 7, 8. Try to do this. Cut the parts to divide it into 2 parts and try to practice. This will help you. Then once you get comfortable, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, join it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop. 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, again, only 5, 6, 7, 8 I'll do again. Okay, just to ensure there is no confusion. 1, 2, 3, 4 you already know. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So only 5, 6, 7, 8 we'll do it some 2 times. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. When you combine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down, up, up, down, down, up. Okay. This is what was covered in the previous session. So today we'll cover a few more topics. I think I already talked about holding a Manjira. Manjira has to be held in such a way that very minimum contact has to be there. So you should ensure you should hold at the tip of the. If you see this part, I'm holding it to the tip. So you should not be holding it like this, like your finger. No? It will not vibrate. So the whole purpose of Manjira is to vibrate. So you have very minimal vibration. So it should ring. That ringing sound has to be there. And be careful with Manjira. So one advice is if you want to play Manjira, don't sit near the mics when you have a bhajan happening. When there's a bhajans happening and if they are using mic, don't sit near the mic because these talam has got higher frequency, and the mic will easily pick up the higher frequency. The mics are designed in such a way that higher frequency are easily picked than the lower frequency. So when you're playing talam very next to the mic, you will get loop. You would have heard the feedback coming from the mics. Like there'll be some noise coming off from mic feedback, a looping feedback, which will be a high frequency, like ting sound will be there, some high frequency sound. This will be mainly because of talam. So talam players have to be very conscious when they're playing. They should use minimal ringing sound. So when you're playing a ringing, so you should not play like this. Like that's the reason we have a close sound. So I'm playing only ringing sound. So I'm letting it vibrate. So there is an overlap of ringing, and this will pick up. Mic will pick up and loop, and there will be a feedback. So be careful. So many times we have struggled where the sound is coming, and then we got to the Manjira is the reason. Okay, so always try to use the close and open patterns. Close. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slow also. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can practice this. Then we'll talk about Kanjira today. So we talked about one beat. So we already covered the Manjira pattern. So we'll go to Kanjira. So I have given a name. So these are something which I thought over, and based on some of the feedback that I've got, I've given you this chart of patterns for the Kanjira. I think you can use this slide to learn. So Kanjira, you have 2D, and I put it as Manjira. I have 1C, 2R. That means one closed for every 4 beat. For 4 beat, so you have 1 closed and 2 ringing. So you can call it as 1C, 2R, or whatever you call it. So I'm just giving you a name. This is not a standard name. This is something which I pondered over, and I've just used this just to help you. But it is you always remember 1 closed, 2 ring sounds in one 4-beat cycle. So you have 2 cycles of 1C, 2R. Remember that is for Manjira. So Kanjira. So I'm calling it as 2D, 3U. So another way is they call it as 2 and 3. That is, you have 2 strokes on the down and you have 3 strokes on top. Okay. So how this down, 2 down, 3 up comes. Okay. In this you have, so you can see the hand. I've given a hand pattern of in the sense that what is 1D, what is 1U, what is 2D, what is 2U. I'll tell you what is it. Okay. So Kanjira, you have only majorly you have only 2 sounds. So one is down and one is up. Okay, remember that. On your hand, you're dividing your hand into 2 parts majorly. For down strokes and up strokes, you're dividing your hand into 2 parts. So remember, when you're playing down, you're only using your fingers. You're not using your palm. You're not using this part. You're only using the fingers when you're playing down strokes. That is when you're playing down. So I'm using only. You should only use the fingers. You should not use. You cannot play like this. Okay, you only play with fingers. Okay, so remember, so you have two parts of your finger. So you can call this as one down or first down or 1D. I'm calling it as 1D, and this is called as or together. You can call it. You can play with this finger, or you can play with this finger, or you can play with three fingers. It's your choice. Whichever you're comfortable, it's fine. But divide it in two parts. So this is one part and this is one part. You can either use 1, 2, or 3 fingers. Okay. So this you call it as 1D. This you call it as 2D. Remember that. Okay. I'm just a name I'm giving. Okay. There's nothing called. It's not a standard nomenclature. Okay. 1D, 2D. So when you play upper strokes, your whole hand is used. So whole, including your palm and fingers, is used. So how do you divide your hand? So you again same structure. So you have this whole part. So remember. So there's a line I have put. So this whole part becomes one U, the one upper part one, and this becomes your down U, DU. You can call it as. Okay, this part becomes DU. So when you stroke, ensure that you hold. So when you, this whole, you ensure that you play with this part. This whole part should be hitting the Kanjira when playing 1U. 1U when you're playing, you have to play with this whole part. When you're playing 2U, this whole part, try to ensure that this whole part is hitting. So the maximum, the more area it hits, it's good. It's good because it gives a very nice sweet feeling. See. So this is a good exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm playing 1, 2, 3, and then 4 I'm leaving it as gap. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a simple exercise you can try. Okay? So how do you play 2D and 3U? Okay? Or 2 down and 3 up strokes. So this is already taught. So how you play is 1. This is 1D, 1D, 1. It's there. The image is there. You can refer the image if you have any doubts. 1D, then 1 up, then 2U, the two second up, then first up. So 1 down, then up, up, up. So 1U, 2U, 1U, and then 1D again. So 1. So when you loop it over a cycle, it becomes you'll feel that there are 2 strokes down and 3 strokes up. See. So this is a cycle. Remember, when you're playing 2, 3, if you're coming from that point of view, the second beat is the starting point of the beat. Okay. Don't think too much as of now. Try to fix this pattern like this: 1 down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do this. Okay. The next is 3D, 3U, or 3, 3. We call it as 3. 3 by 3 or 3, 3 or 3D, 3U. Okay. I'm calling it as 3D, 3U for better understanding. So 1D. What is 1D? All of you know this is 1D. Okay. I'm playing this finger. So this is 1D. Okay. And how you hold your Kanjira, I'll finish that also. See, ensure that your hands, your fingers are all slightly up and you're able to press it. You should be able to press this. See the difference of sound. So I can play this Damaru of Shiva. So I can do all those things with this pressing. So there's a slightly pitched high note. I mean high beat. Da, da. So you can see. So you can see there's a gummock kind of a thing comes. Okay. So this helps when you hold the Kanjira with your fingers up and try to ensure that your hand is such a way that you are able to press this. A nice grip you need to have. So look at it. I'm holding it very, very hard. So ensure that it doesn't. When I stroke it, your Kanjira, you should also push it back from this side. So it's like this. So it will come only by practice, but ensure that your fingers are up so that for future I'll be giving modulation strokes with these fingers. So ensure that your fingers are up. Don't keep it like this. Don't play like this or like this. So that your fingers should be up. Okay. 3U, 3D and 3U. So 3 down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So it's as similar to the first beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Then last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 I'm playing this. That's all. The previous beat and this, there's only 1 stroke difference. So I'm playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, okay, slowly. Okay, this video will be uploaded on YouTube, so you can refer it for more. Any doubts, you can always refer it. Okay. The next one is 5U and 1D. So as the name indicates, there are 5 upstrokes and then 1 stroke down. So I've given it as 1U, 2U, 1U, 2U, 1U. So 1U is this, 2U is this, again 1U is this, 2U and 1U. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So you have 5 strokes on top and then you have 1 down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then 1 down. So in a loop, it sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm playing for 7. So till 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm playing on top, and then 6 gap, 8 is a gap. So 7, I'm playing down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a gap, 7 is down, I'm playing, and then 8 is a gap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, we'll go in 4 4s. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or I'll do a little more slower for her to see it properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So when you play in a loop, it sounds like this. So these are basically the ones which I wanted to share this today. So I am done with this session with respect to what I wanted to share for this week.